Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are actually going to talk a little bit about Glossybox and my experience with them. So as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, I didn't have the best experience. This is going to be some minor lukewarm tea, but I think this is important to put out there for people who are interested in subscription boxes and who are looking for an adult one, because I have made comments before about a more adult subscription box, which is kind of how I feel about Glossybox. So I have been subscribed to Glossybox, for about a year. I subscribed to them just after I came back to YouTube last year in January, and I did the 3-month payment at a time. The first 3 boxes went well. I got to try lots of different things that I actually did really like, and I was finding those were the items I was finding in my empties at the end of the season. I do my empties seasonally, and then after the first 3 months, things started to go a little bit downhill. So I'm just going to read quickly from their website so you can get an idea of what kind of their mission statements are and what the whole point of the box is. So welcome to Glossybox. Each month we select 5 beauty products, pack them into our signature pink boxes, and deliver them directly to your doorstep. So you can sign up for 3, 6, or 12 monthly plans. They give you 5 premium beauty products worth over $60 every month. You can actually also sign up monthly. So monthly it's $21 US. For 3 months it's $58.50, and 6 months is $111, and 12 months is $210. I'll put the comparison pricing for BoxyCharm just in here so you can kind of see that as well, because I know a lot of people subscribe to BoxyCharm as well as other subscription boxes, and I would say size-wise of products, Glossybox and BoxyCharm are fairly similar. I know that they're both $21 US for 1 month subscription, but I'll have to check for the other variations of the subscription. So basically what had happened was, I think my 4th box, all the boxes I was getting from the start, the first 3, were coming on like the 10th of the month. And that's really good for a subscription box coming to Canada. We're normally in the 3rd or 4th week of the month before we get our boxes, and that's okay. I go into most of my experiences expecting that, so I'm not really bothered by it. So the 4th box, I believe it was the 4th or 5th box, it was in the 2nd round that I had been auto-charged for, which that's another thing I didn't actually realize, is they auto-charge you to do the 3-month top-up again. It does say that on the website. I checked. It does say it very clear. I just must not have read it. So again, that's fine. Check. They did their due diligence there. So let's actually call it the 6th box. I get the tracking number, and the tracking number doesn't update ever. It just always says that the tracking number cannot be found. So I emailed them after about 2 weeks, because the boxes were coming between 5 and 10 days after the tracking number would come, and it was always updating. So long story short, box 1 to 3 came in about 10 days from the beginning of the month, and box 4 and 5 got a little longer, and then box 6 just never showed up or updated at all. When I reached out to the company, and all I said was, hey, this hasn't been updated. I'm just wondering what's going on. It seems a little strange. I'm pretty sure it's lost. It's been considerably longer as well than any of my other boxes have been in the past. And the response I got was basically, we don't know what to tell you. We can't track anything until it's been 30 days. Which, in any kind of customer service situation, saying that you can't actually do anything to help the customer until 30 days has elapsed from the ship time is a little ridiculous. So I came back to them and I had said, okay, well, you're realizing that nothing has updated at all. It's not like it's updated the tracking and then now it's just taking a little while. Like, it says the tracking number can't be found. And they sent me back another form response saying, okay, well, sorry, but it has to wait 30 days, especially for international customers. So I said, okay, and I left it. So I waited about 2 weeks longer, and I emailed them again saying, hey, I realize it hasn't been 30 days. We're still about 5 days out, but I haven't actually been able to get an update on the tracking, and we're still in the same spot. I still don't have the box, and I still don't see any updates on tracking. So they respond again and say, please reach out to us on, I can't remember the month, but the 2nd of the month. So they wanted me to wait an entire 2 days after the month rollover to even address the fact that the shipping hadn't been updated at all. So fine, I wait till the day, and then the day comes around, they're like, oh, I see the tracking hasn't been updated at all. That's really strange. Let us send you out another box. Okay. So I was like, sorry, they actually didn't just assume that I wanted another box. They asked me if I wanted another box or if I wanted my money back. And because I'd already paid for it in the 3-month subscription, I was like, you know what, just send me the box. I actually still want the items. So they did. They resent me the box, and the second box and the next month's box came at the same time. I was super frustrated that they made a customer wait an additional 30 days, and then by the time the 30 days rolls around, they're like, oh, shocking, the tracking never updated. And I'd been telling them that the entire time. And when I asked them why they couldn't follow up with any tracking information until 30 days had elapsed, they wouldn't give me an answer, which was really, really frustrating. So that was the first mishap. So box 7 and 8 both came about 3 weeks into the month, which, fine, that's not super uncommon. But we were still having the tracking issue where the tracking just wouldn't update anything. Like, there's no way to track your package, which I think is a little bit weird. They send you a tracking number, or they send me personally a tracking number that doesn't work and says it can't be recognized. So I don't know if that's something within their system. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm starting to get some products that I don't really like or need. They're sending me duplicate products of stuff I've already had, and not that far, and like not that long ago. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cancel. So that was probably the beginning of, I want to say that was like the beginning of October, somewhere around there. And so I put in a cancellation. And then like 3 days later, I see them charge my card again. And I was for the next 3 months. And I was like, what the shit? I canceled this. What is happening? So I contact the chat. And they're like, oh yeah, you definitely are in a canceled status, but you actually missed the cancellation cutoff for your next rollover in billing. So those boxes are already allotted to you because we had already assumed that you were going to stay a customer. So I was, and again, this is like in the fine print of the cancellation policy. I just didn't read it, but it is there. But I felt like that was kind of icky. Like when I canceled, they didn't make it very, very clear that you will still be charged for your next round. It's no big deal. It's not like I didn't eat that month because of it, but if I was in a different position, I would be like, that's still like $70 Canadian. Can you eat me, please? So that's all fine and good. I'll experience the box for another 3 months. And doesn't the next box that I am supposed to be getting also go missing? Sorry, I know this is just like a chatty, ranty type video, but I just feel like this information needs to get out there. What is happening over here? So I reach out again, expecting to get the same response of basically, it's not been 30 days. So no updates on tracking. It's now 4 weeks into the month. We're coming to the end of the month, and I reach out and they say, okay, give it another 2 days, and if it doesn't show up, then we will either resend you the box or we will refund your money. And I'm like, okay, fine, 2 days. Whatever. At this point, whatever. Like, I know I've already canceled, and I know that, like, this is not going to be my experience anymore. So 2 days goes by, I reach back out, and I just say, hey, it didn't come. Can you please resend the box? Because again, I'm paying for the box. I want the items. That's just kind of how I feel about it. And then they get back to me 2 days later and go, oh, sorry, we actually don't have any boxes to provide. They are all gone for last month. We will refund your money. And then I'm just like, oh, why did you even offer if it wasn't even an option? Like, stop this back and forth circle jerk bullshit. That kind of stuff with customer service makes me so angry, if you can't tell. So they give me my money back. It takes about 7 days to process the refund. That's all fine and good. And the next box was fine. Then I just got my last box a couple days ago, which actually was what triggered me to do this video. So I had no intention of dragging this company. I'm sure that dealing with international shipping is difficult and annoying, but now I just want to talk about the quality of the subscription box and the items they are sending to you. So keep in mind, I had already been subscribed for a year. So it's not like I've been like years and years and years. I have been subscribed for a year, and you would think that if they offer a 12-month subscription service as part of their packaging, that you would not be getting duplicate products. So in my last box that I just got, I got an Arizona perfume in a spray, which I had gotten 3 boxes ago-ish. A Arizona, exactly the same perfume in not a spray bottle. So I now have 2 perfumes that are exactly the same in different formats and not that long apart from each other. What is the point of that? I also ended up getting another Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Leave-In Spray. And I like Briogeo products. It's not like I'm like mad because I didn't like it or anything like that. But I just got that like 2 boxes ago, so that's another duplicate product. So now out of the $21 subscription box, 2 of the products are basically throwaway because I already own them. The other few items in the boxes, or sorry, in the last box were very underwhelming. There was one more that was a duplicate, and it is truthfully not in my brain right now. I can't remember what it was, but it was another duplicate, and that really frustrated me. If I'm getting duplicates in a subscription box that fast, like I understand with BoxyCharm, if you're like a year and a half, 2 years in, you're like starting to get some of the same or similar things. Like there's only so many things available. I can appreciate that. But I have been subscribed to BoxyCharm for on and off since I started YouTube, I'm pretty sure. So whenever they came to Canada was when I subscribed to them. So I'll put the timestamp up here because I have the first month in the first box and a video about when they first came to Canada. And I think I have gotten true duplicates, maybe 2, that I can recall. So for this to then go on and the horrible customer service experiences, I did end up wanting to do this video. I personally no longer recommend Glossybox. Some of the products they sent were actually really good, so I'm okay with it that way. I don't necessarily regret the money that I spent and the time, because I did use a ton of those products and I used them up, like all the way up. But if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell us that you're like a mature luxury subscription box, and then you're gonna tell your customers that you won't even look into their issue until they wait 30 days, that is completely unacceptable to me. And the quality of the last box, I was just kind of like, why am I here? Anyway guys, sorry if this seemed ranty. I'm actually not feeling the best I've ever felt, and I wanted to do a video anyway because I wanted to talk about the Glossybox thing, but now it's out in the world. I hope you enjoyed my lukewarm tea.